Is a good thing. Less experience is a bad thing. We've got a good group of guys that are working really hard to build a foundation of their technique, their fundamental foundation that they can work off of for the rest of the season. And so we're making a lot of progress in that area. The difficulty early in spring practice is that we've got so much ground to cover to get back to that experience that we lost by graduation. So I see progress every day, but it's slow progress.
You guys prepared to use some younger players to add depth?
We're using everybody we've got, plus a couple of managers, and I think I've even taken a couple of reps in there. So we're working anybody that's got a helmet on right now.
Mike, this is going to your third year, right?
Right.
And of course, last year you were very experienced, but however, that experience never come to fruition until maybe way late in the season because of health situations and everything. At this particular point in time in your third year, where would you say that you are offensively, with your offensive line, athletically, and the ability to get to where you want to be?
Well, I think we're still trying to put that together. You know, the thing that's interesting and exciting and also difficult about college football is that every year you're dealing with a new group of guys. Guys graduate, move on, new guys step up. You go from experienced to inexperienced in the course of about 3 months. And so we've got new guys that are working in there right now. I think they've got a decent foundation of what our offense should be, but we are a long ways away from being a good offensive line.
Talk about the guy that got some experience last year and one that's, I guess it's a compadre, so to speak, of the local guy. And of course, I'm talking about Darren Zach West. And Zach, you know, where Darren is and where Zach, you know, how much they helping each other and how much are they grasping for?
Sure. They, you know, Darren is such a talented player and a very smart player, and because of that, he stepped in and helped us last year in an area where I usually would have not ever had to play a freshman, and he stepped in there and was able to do that. Now, he wasn't able to do it very good, but he did it, and because of that, he's got a lot of experience and probably a lot more confidence than Zach has right now. Zach's really stepping into the deep end of the swimming pool, and some days his head's above water and some days his head's below water.
Right.
And some days I have to jump in and pull him to the side. But both of those guys have got talent to play. They're passionate about being a Kentucky Wildcat, and they're very intelligent. So I'm excited that what they can be some point in the future when we've developed ourselves to that point.
Zach says something in which I've always put a lot of stock into. He said he likes the fact that you're hollering at him. And he said, when you're not hollering at him, he's worried, you know, that you don't care.
Well, that's a good point. He's being coached hard, if you want to call it that way.
Right.
I would rather call it coached hard instead of hollering.
Right.
But there are days where we come out and I purposely make it easy for everybody and pat them on the back and tell them everything is great and life is good. And there's days where I come out and put extra pressure on them to see if they're going to be able to operate when there's a lot of chaos around them. And so I think Zach is learning how to handle both sides of that, when things are good and when things are bad. And hopefully that develops a veneer of toughness that, you know, every day we go over in Commonwealth Stadium is not going to be a great day. And we're going to have to rely on that toughness. And that's just what we're trying to build right now.
As far as the run game coordinating, how does the double tight end sets sort of fit into your line scheme?
That really helps us a lot. You know, it gives us two edges to operate off of. It gives the quarterback a better opportunity to evaluate the defense and see if we've got an overload on one side or the other. Because we're balanced in two tight end formations, it exposes the defense as to whether they're balanced or not. And so we really enjoy those formations, especially since our tight ends are starting to develop like they are. So it adds to our run game.